My name is Jamie Mata with Box 38 Corpus Christi, and today I have the privilege of speaking with Tucker Ricchio, the culinary sensation who emerged victorious as the season 2 winner of Next Level Chef. With her remarkable talent and creativity in the kitchen, Tucker has captured the hearts and taste buds of viewers worldwide. So thank you for making time to speak with me today.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. It's awesome to be here.
So, can you share a bit about your background and what inspired you to become a chef in the first place? Is it something that you've always loved to do?
So I started out, being from an Italian immigrant family, food was always kind of the center point of family gatherings and holidays and just every Sunday supper, which, in Italian culture starts at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's a really, day long event. But food was always like love to me. Food meant love. And so I grew up, but I didn't really know that becoming a chef was like an option as a career path. So I went off to college and I went into nursing. So I actually have a double major in health science and Spanish. And then when I graduated, I was like, you know what? I think I want to become a chef. I was watching Chef's Table on Netflix. It's a documentary series, and I was watching Dominique Cren's episode. She's the first woman chef in America to get 3 Michelin stars. And I was so absolutely inspired. I saw something of myself in her that I was like, you know what? I'm going to sign up for culinary school. And so I went off to culinary school and, worked super hard, weaseled my way into Michelin kitchens, just kept trying to keep climbing the ladder, and eventually made it into some pretty sweet kitchens and onto Gordon Ramsay's show, Next Level Chef.
That's awesome. I love the transition. So, you started off with the nursing, but you followed your heart. So,
Absolutely.
that's great. Could you walk us through some of the most memorable moments or challenges that you faced during your time on Next Level Chef?
There were some, memorable moments that were highs, and then there were definitely some challenges as well. I'll start with the challenges and we'll work our way into the awesome part. So some of the challenges, first off, definitely the platform grab. That was probably one of the hardest aspects of that show, was to conceptualize a dish and grab all your ingredients in about 30 seconds. For me, the most challenging grab was when I had 10 seconds detracted from my time and I had only 20 seconds to come up with a dish. That absolutely was the episode where it got into my head. I kind of tripped over myself a little and wound up in the elimination round. My only elimination round though. But yeah, that definitely got the better of me. So that was definitely challenging. But as far as memorable moments, first of all, meeting an amazing cast of people. I mean, I am still friends with many of these people today. We still work together, in professional side. I visit them, when I can. Getting to the final three was definitely a goal for me. I definitely wanted to, push myself and make it to that top three. That was a huge goal. And of course, the most memorable moment was standing on that stage in huge anticipation with Chris and Pilar, nail biting when Gordon Ramsay says, and the next level chef is, and it just feels like an eternity. But that memorable moment was when he actually said Tucker. And it was amazing. It was the most memorable moment, probably top 5 of my entire life, honestly. Like, such a cool moment.
Yeah, that's such a life-changing win right there. How do you
Life.
feel, how would you say that your time, in restaurants prepared you for your experience on the show?
I think professional chefs have a slight advantage in that regard because we're under a time crunch constantly. When you're a home chef or when you're a social media chef, you have quite a bit of time to, recipe develop and think of what you're going to do and edit things and whatnot. And in a professional setting, when it's dinner service, the chef is screaming the ticket, there's 100 tickets on the board, it is go time. And so there is that, aspect of hustle and a time crunch that I think professional chefs, we all kind of share in that regard. So I think that was definitely one of the advantages of that. And also, I've been doing this for over 10 years now. So, I mean, I do have time and experience, on my side at this point. So I think those were definitely helpful in the competition.
Yeah, you've definitely put in the work, put in your time. Is there one dish that you made on the show that particularly stood out to you or you were really proud of?
I was proud of a few dishes, actually. The first dish, which won me the immunity pin, the scallops with hummus, I had grabbed like 6 ingredients off the platform. Chef Ramsay comes over and he's like, "What in the world?" And I was like, "I don't even know. Can I serve scallops and hummus?" And he was like, "You don't have a lot of options right now." And I was like, "Oh God." So, I threw that together and it turned out super well. Saved my team, launched me into immunity land, which was great. I was really proud of that finale winning trio of dishes as well. We had 90 minutes to cook a 3-course menu for some of the greatest chefs in the world, which is a huge, challenge in and of itself. And I was pretty stoked with what I put forward, and they obviously seemed to like it since I, pulled the win out of that. So definitely really proud of those dishes for sure.
That's awesome.
Also really proud of the Italian dish. When we did a global challenge, I made an Italian dish and I just really went back to my roots, channeled my nonna and what she would have done and the flavor profile she would have had and tried to elevate it because when you're from Italy, we're from the southernmost part, it's kind of more of the poor area. And so I took some of these simple ideas and dishes that she used to do, and I just tried to take what I learned in culinary school and in my experiences in Michelin kitchens and just drive that forward to the top. I was pretty proud of a lot of things I did on the show, honestly.
I love that you tell a story with your dishes as well. So your win came with the incredible opportunity of receiving mentorship from the show's judges as well. So could you tell us about your experience in working with them so far? How has it influenced maybe your style and your culinary journey?
The mentorship is honestly the best prize that I won out of this competition. The opportunity to work with again three of the best chefs in the industry is incredibly helpful to someone like me who's just getting started and finding their footing and not really wanting to go back to restaurants, but wanting to find something else in the industry. Not really sure what that was at the time. When the pandemic hit, I found myself, as many of us professional chefs did, with no restaurants to work in. And all of us were kind of like, well, what do we do now? I mean, being a chef is not exactly a work from home kind of venture. So it was just kind of finding my new footing and finding where I wanted to go now. And they've been really helpful with setting me up with, people in the industry that I can, get information from and network with. And they've set me up with opportunities. I've been on Mario Lopez's show a couple of times. So they have really just helped me, drive my career forward and, keep leveling up, honestly.
Would you say there's any like words of advice that a chef has given you that have stood out to you and you kind of carry with you today?
All three of the mentors have told me, just remember your value and don't undersell yourself and remember your worth. And I think that that's really important, especially for women in the industry, who, women are typically paid less than men in our country as it stands. And so I really think it's important for women to, recognize their worth, recognize their experience, and ask for more. And I think that personally, I have definitely struggled with that in the past, and I don't intend to continue that now because I have, the three giants on my side. And so we're going to keep pushing.
So the culinary world is also constantly evolving. We see social media trends and just changes in the way that we work and interact with people and with our customers. So how do you plan to like stay at the forefront of all of these changes in your industry particularly?
I think each chef, has a certain brand of creativity that they bring because we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different experiences, different stories. And I think that's reflected in our food and how we present our dishes and how we present ourselves. And so, as the culinary world and restaurants and, the industry keep changing, I think just being true to yourself and just keep pushing yourself to new horizons and keep bringing that creativity and that passion and not losing that passion, because that's, I think, when chefs tend to fall flat, is when you lose that sparkle that you have on the inside. It doesn't shine through into your food. Like at the beginning of this, I said that food is love. That's truly something that I believe, is maybe cliche as it sounds, but if you put love and you put passion into your food, there's no way it doesn't sparkle when it gets to that table and you see the smile on the guest's face. So I think continuing to innovate and be creative, bring new ideas to the table by traveling and experiencing new things. I think these are ways that I'm going to continue to stay at the top.
Going into the traveling aspect a little bit, is there a certain country's cuisine that has inspired you or that you're looking at, for new inspiration?
Absolutely. I said it on the show at one point as well. I really would love to go to Asia and explore some of the different Asian countries. I would love to go to Thailand. I would love to go to Vietnam and just experience some of these amazing cuisines, that I love to eat here and have the pleasure. I mean, I live in San Francisco. I have some of the most amazing and diverse food around, but I really want to go to the heart of where these came from and learn from people who this is their food, this is their passion. I want to learn their techniques, and I think that's also how you continue to better yourself and push yourself to the top, is learning from the other best in the industry and just absorbing everything, absorbing all the knowledge, and just essentially I want to eat my way around the world and then bring that back and share that with everybody else, because honestly, I mean, food, travel, I mean, it's all connected. So that's what I think I'm getting into.
Yeah, a good cook needs to want to eat, right?
Absolutely.
So, for those that don't know, Next Level Chef is currently casting. So for all those aspiring chefs out there, what advice would you give to those looking to elevate their skills and potentially compete at this next level like you did on the show?
I think Next Level Chef is going to draw a lot of attention and a lot of people who want to apply. And I think that there's going to be some people who are going to be a little bit nervous or scared to apply. Like, I don't know how I'm going to do. And that's exactly how I felt when I showed up. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to compete against these other, 17 chefs, some of the best from around the country. Like, I have no idea how I'm going to stack up. I don't want to embarrass myself. But honestly, the one thing that I did throughout the competition that would be my biggest piece of advice to anyone who's trying to apply is believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. So, keep that faith in yourself, rely on what go back to your roots, go back to where your passion is, and put your passion and your heart on a plate, and they're going to be able to taste it. And I think that's what I tried to do each and every round. And I think that was what a lot of the more successful chefs on the show, both seasons, have done as well. You can see that passion on the plate. And I think that that's really important. So believing in yourself and be prepared. It is not easy. It is absolutely a challenge, and they're going to throw in twists and turns at you. But honestly, like, if you think you have what it takes, sign up. As chefs, we all like to talk a big game. We all got a little ego sometimes, but put your money where your mouth is, believe in yourself, and fight for the win.
Yep. Don't sell yourself short, like you said.
Never.
So thank you so much, for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with me today. Can you tell our viewers, what your plans for the future are and how they can keep up with you?
Absolutely. So if you follow my Instagram, it's Chef Tucker Ricchio. It's just my name. So you can follow all of my adventures. I'm doing pop-ups. I'm a traveling private chef. So anywhere you are in the country or the world, let me know. I can come out, cook for you for the holidays, for your special dinner, for a party, anything like that. And look out for a pop-up in your city sometime in the future. And I'll see you around the internet.
Once again, Next Level Chef is currently casting. They're searching nationwide for talented and tenacious chefs. So if you're a home cook, a line cook, and you're interested in joining the show, scan the code below and fill out the application. And we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Good luck, guys.